80% of businesses fail within the first 12 to 18 months of their startup. Now, this becomes like a meltdown of their dreams, ideas, business plan, and the hard work that's been put into all of this. Now, why did these businesses fail? Is it lack of money? Is it proper idea? Is it the business environment? What could have actually happened that made these businesses to fail? Now, in this video, I'm going to be giving you 5 most deadliest mistakes that businesses make, especially in their early days, that makes them to fail. So if you want to keep your business, scaled up, upselling, and performing very well, this video is the right video for you, because I'm going to share with you the deadliest mistake that have ruined several businesses and how to avoid them. So if you want to save your business, ensure you stick around and watch this video to the end, because this video could save your business. Now, I've met several persons over the years as a finance expert. I've met several persons who have told me about their encounter in business, in several businesses, and how they started business over time, and eventually they lose their money. Why? Because of these mistakes I'm going to give to you in this video. They lost their money, and all of these become like a loss of dream, loss of purpose, and hard work. However, that could also be regained. But the truth is that if you make these mistakes that I'm going to share with you, it's going to ruin your business. Or many of you might already be making these mistakes that I'm going to talk about in this video. So stick around and watch this video to the end. Mistakes in business. One mistake can ruin your entire business. That's one thing you should know. One mistake can ruin your entire business, and it will cost you lots of money. It will drain you emotionally and a lot. Understand? It might even make you run into debt, right? So that is why every business owner should avoid these mistakes I'm going to talk about. Number 4 on my list is underrated, but it's one of the reasons why most businesses refuse, or why most businesses couldn't get sales, and then they melt down and fold up, right? So let's get started with. So number 1 mistake that businesses make is no real market demand. Now, let's come to understand this very, very well. When I mean no real market demand, a lot of businesses create products that they like, not products that people want. So if you are not meeting people's needs, solving problem, there's always going to be a gap between your value system. That is why every time as a business owner, you will understand that if you are looking forward to getting revenue and making money, getting sales, then you should look forward to knowing what people truly want. Because a lot of time, most businesses, they create what they like. They feel like, oh, this product will be good enough, this service will be good enough. Not doing enough market analysis and market research to actually discover what people want. Now listen to me. If you are not solving a problem, you're not attending to people's need, then there's no reason why they should buy your product. Of course, you're watching this video probably with your phone or your laptop, your computer, or whatever you're watching with. Why do you have a computer with you? Why do you have a phone? Because of the purpose for which you're using it. And this purpose is, watching this video is one of the purpose why you have a phone. So that is serving a purpose already. The phone in your hand is already serving a purpose. So if your product does not solve people's need, there's no real demand, no real market demand. So before you set up a product, before you start up, or before you create a product or a service, what you should do is to determine the level of demand. A product with a high demand will always sell more than a product with a low demand. That is one thing you should know. So when most businesses start up, they initially start with product that they like and want to force their product idea on people to buy. But that's not the strategy to sell. The strategy to sell is to look for what people are already demanding for, then produce a good value that can satisfy their need. That is one reason why people will choose your product. Why? Because it will satisfy them of their desire. Take this very important as a business owner. Creating value for people based on what they need. and get satisfaction from it. Number two mistakes that businesses make in their first year is trying to sell to everyone. Now, there is a saying that says, if you actually targeting everybody, then you are targeting no one. If you want to, okay, let me make this example. If you're chasing two mouse or rats together, there's every possibility you're going to miss the two, right? But if you chase one at a time, you can get that one. When you want to sell to everybody at the same time, you will lose strategy. You will run out of focus. You'll be distracted. Why? Because everybody do not have the same need, the same desire, the same demand. So you should identify your target audience for your product or for your service. When you want to target everybody at the same time, it means you are targeting no one. If you aim at everything at the same time, you actually aim at nothing. So if you want to make progress in your business, if you want to actually sell, you must look for the people who actually value your service, who actually value your product the most. Those persons become your audience. They become your target audience, your market. So in a whole large market, you do a market survey, market research to know the set of people who actually need your service or your product. Then target these people, because you cannot sell to everybody. Target these people that need this the most in the market. So don't look for how to sell. Let's say you're selling a digital product, or you're into drop shipping, e-commerce, or whatever you're doing. For that particular product you are selling, there are audiences that needs them the most. Those should be your target. Don't try to target everybody. Why? When you do that, you actually target those who are not interested. They will become part of your audience. And when you have those who are not interested, you will have to convince them more. When you're trying to convince them more, you're spending more money, you're wasting more time and more effort. But when you get those who are already interested in whatever you are doing or your product, your service, then it is more faster and easier to sell to them. So don't try to target everybody. Sell to people. Let your product be strategic. Channel your service, your product into a particular niche or into a particular audience to match with them and to satisfy their need. And when you do this, trust me, people will come for your service. Why? Because it best matches their desire at every point in time. Number three mistakes that businesses make in their early years of startup is branding. Now, trust me, every big business today that you see out there, is it Walmart? Is it Shopify? Is it Spotify? Name it, everything that people are doing out there to give them good money and they've become big at it, it is because they have a good branding. Now, businesses are known by their brand, by their consistent branding. Now, early businesses, they have little or no investment in branding. And when you don't brand your business, now come to look at this. Let me make this scenario clear. People are moved by what they see. That's one perspective of humans. People are moved by what they see. A weak brand have weak penetration in the market. When your visuals of your brand are not appealing, people think, psychology applies. People think that this brand is still a weak brand, that your business is a weak business. When they see some of your graphics out there, some of your visuals, your designs and everything you put out there for your product is not catchy. It's not drawing attention. And when it doesn't draw attention, trust me, it cannot draw sales. That is why every business should invest in their creatives, their brand creatives. If you do not invest in your brand creatives at the very first year of your business, trust me, it's going to sink down the pit. And when it sinks, what happens is that you lose money and your business fails. So as a business owner who is starting out a new business or who just started a new business, you should consider investing on branding. If you don't invest in branding, what happens is that people will look at your business at like just a little business, as if you were just a startup and nothing good can come out of it. But if you have a very strong brand, your designs are appealing, you have good website. A lot of you starting a new business, you don't have a website. And in this 21st century, running a business without a website is like you living down the street without a home. So let people come to your website and see a great the UI, the user experience and the user interface already tells or pass a message that this brand is a strong brand and they know what they are doing from looking at their website and everything that has to do with their brand. That's one important thing you should do as a business owner who is just starting a new business. Otherwise, your business is going to fail within a few months of starting that business. Number 4 on this list, I did say that is one of the most underrated, but is actually one of the reasons why most businesses do not make sales and they fail at the end. Now, what is this? It is called no clear offer or sales strategy. Now, every business has a selling point. If you do not understand the offer you are giving out to people, how to make it very clear enough that people, even the blind, could see. You know, when you're using that figurative statement that even the blind could see, that you're making it very obvious that people looking at your brand from distance, they already know, they understand clearly what your brand is talking about and what your brand stands for. But when you don't understand how to make your business or your strategies clear enough, then you're just wasting time in your business. That's one thing you should know, right? So making your offer very clear enough and having a clear sales strategy. Have a system that works for you. Build a system, because you cannot just have what you don't build. You can build a system that works for you. A sales system. A sales system. How do you build a sales system? You understand your product. That's one thing. You understand your product. You understand your audience. You try different creatives to reach out to your to your target audience, to your customers. You try out different creatives. You create strategies. You try out, when it comes to strategy formation, you don't try out one strategy and just until you have a proven strategy that works. That's when you adopt a strategy. You try out different strategies. You try selling the digital product, it's not working out. You run sponsored ads for it, it's not getting sales. Okay, what you do first of all, when I mean strategy formation, is that you try offering a free course. When you do a free course and upsell, then you cannot upsell this particular course that you are trying to sell. You can upsell to them. Haven't seen the value you deliver to them in the free course, then people cannot be motivated to buy from you because they know that you are a great teacher. So these are strategies for me. You must have a clear strategy. You must sit down within yourself or your business partners and strategize on how do we sell this product. A lot of times people just think that by creating a product, that automatically means that people will start coming to your business to buy. No, you must have a clear sales strategy. You must have a defined strategy that works for you. And this strategy can be reviewed over time to ensure that it is still current and working effectively. That is one thing that every business must put into consideration. Otherwise, you'll be creating product without selling. And when you have enough product in stock and no sales, it will tie down your revenue or tie down your capital. And when your capital is tied down, you don't have any revenue. When you don't have your business, making sales, there's no revenue. And when you don't get revenue, you are not encouraged. Your business will go down till it sinks. That is why you should put this into consideration. Very, very important. Number 5 and the last on my list is no follow-up strategy. As a business owner who is just starting out a new business, one thing you want to put into consideration and take seriously is your follow-up system. Now, it is more easier to sell. Research says that it is 5 times easier to sell to customers who already bought from you than selling to new customers. What does this tell you? It tells you that people who buy from you have used your product or service at the point in time. They have a certain level of trust that they have developed, especially when they actually got the maximum utility from the product or service that they got from you before. It is quite easier to resell to them again. So now what do you do in this number 5? You set up a strategic follow-up system. Reach out to the people who you have sold for before. Ask them how are you enjoying the product? How are you enjoying the service? I hope you got your maximum utility from the product that you got from us. Now, when you get their feedback, feedback in business helps in decision-making process, because if you don't get feedback from customers, you don't know what action to take. You don't know whether you are improving, you're doing well or not. So when you follow up your customers effectively, now this will help you to resell to them again. You can tell, oh, thank you very much for your purchase. I hope you're enjoying your product. And if you are, we have other products coming up that could augment or that could do better for you this time around. Or we have other products or services that can help you do this, do that, or whatever. But when you are doing this to them, when you are following them up, you are creating a sales funnel by what? By following them up and understanding how they enjoyed your previous product, and then getting more sales from them or getting more purchases from them. Right? So this is how you grow your business. And apart from that, when you say follow up, it's possible that they might not even have bought from you before. But when they show interest, don't just leave them and say they are not serious. Leave them. No, don't do it like that. You keep following them up, because sometimes it takes a couple of days, months, or even weeks, or even years to close sales. When you give up on customers like that, you are never going to have them. And those people who have the most strongest follow-up system, they win them. So build a follow-up system. You can automate this follow-up system with any sales management system, right? So you can be able to follow them up effectively and win all of these customers. But the end of it, or the purpose of it all, is to get customers that are loyal, that will give you their money and be happy that they did. And your business growing and thriving effectively. So you must note this, that businesses that thrive and survive, they treat business like a system and not just like an hustle. Because most of us, we are taking our business like an hustle. So today we are active, tomorrow we are not, next tomorrow you are doing every other thing. No, you take a business like a system. And when you understand a system, systems are built. Systems are built. So when you build your system effectively, it creates sales that generate revenue and profit for you over time. So take your business and treat it like a system and not just like an hustle that you do today and withdraw out tomorrow. So businesses that thrive, first of all, they understand their customers deeply, so they know what their customers need. Two, they invest in brands to build trust. They invest in branding to build their trust. When you don't create your brand effectively, or when you don't build a strong brand, it doesn't encourage trust from your customers. And when your customers don't trust you, they cannot buy from you. Also, they simplify their offer. They make their offer very clear enough for people to see and want to buy from them. And also, they make sales strategy. This sales strategy enhances them to sell more. Why? Because they have created a sales system, a sales funnel that brings sales to them all the time. And they keep track, they follow up their customers. So when you follow all of these steps that I've given you, or avoid all of these mistakes, your business will be able to survive, thrive, and generate more revenue for your business. Now, if you're looking out to get proper branding and get a system that work out well for you as a business owner that just starting out, you can check out the link in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, I want you to smash the subscribe button, like this video, and let me know in the comment section what mistakes you've been making in your business that you think would have ruined your business if not for this video. And let me know every of your business experience that you have. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again.